The smile on my face as I watched her walk down the aisle. I knew this was the beginning of my happy ever after.
We would play like little children who have endless energy. He made me laugh every single day. Oh, what bliss.
She suddenly had too many complaints.
He just started doing everything wrong. I couldn't stand him. It was too much.
When issues start trickling in your family, who do you turn to? What do you do? Watch this brand new season of Family Times. Join the different families on set as they share their experiences of how God has kept them together through it all.
The smile on my face as I watched her walk down the aisle. I knew this was the beginning of my happy ever after.
We would play like little children who have endless energy. He made me laugh every single day. Oh, what bliss.
She suddenly had too many complaints.
He just started doing everything wrong. I couldn't stand him. It was too much.
When issues start trickling in your family, who do you turn to? What do you do?
We are here once again. I can't say bigger and better, but I want to say that we are here by the grace of God, and we are here because you have been supporting us and watching this show. Thank you so much. This is Family Times Season 6, and what a way to start this season. Look at these ladies and gentlemen on set. Let me just tell you something about Season 6. We are not just going to talk about the topic today. I will introduce it in a short while, but we are going to talk about mental health. We are going to talk about sibling rivalry. How about this question? Why did you get married? Or even, when does marriage begin? For this and more, welcome to Season 6. And of course, I can't just go on without telling you that in the previous seasons, we also talked about incredible topics like PDA. Not just in biology, some people call it potato dextrose agar, but we will call it here public display of affection. You need to watch that show. Very inciting. And then, how do you show that you care? You know, as an African man, I've never bought flowers to this lady, but does it mean I don't care? You need to watch that show. So for that, this is Season 6, and today we are privileged to discuss about sexual abuse. How about introducing our guest who is going to help us to discuss that, Makenia Wafula. Welcome so much to the show, and maybe you could say hi to our viewer.
Thank you very much. My name is Makenia Wafula. I am an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I practice in the name and style of M.I. Wafula and Company Associates. We are based in Kisumu. We have a rich, vast experience and network in matters law, in matters litigation. And today we are going to focus on the issue of sexual and gender-based violence. What does the law say? What does the society say? How does it come about? How are we going to mitigate against such? Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
What does the law say? And I would say, what does the Bible say? Richard, what do you say?
Dave, I'm shaking. I'm not very settled because that's a very heavy topic to discuss. It affects me. It affects us. It affects everybody. Yes.
But before we talk about what the law says, what the Bible says, who is the lady sitting next to you?
This is Tabitha Oma, my wife. Yeah. And she's here with me. and with us all together to discuss this topic. Welcome.
Yes, I'm coming back to your statement. And next to me is my wife, with whom I'm well pleased. Today we are going to talk about sexual abuse. Linda, say hi to our viewer.
Hi, viewer. Welcome.
Back to you, Richard.
Yes.
Before I go back to Makenia, we are talking about sexual abuse, and you're saying you're not settled. Why?
Because I don't know the limitations. One thing is, you are doing what you are doing. You are in your house and you're doing what you think you are supposed to do. And then a moment comes when it is referred to as sexual abuse, and it becomes very difficult. It becomes very difficult to know where the demarcations are. Do I go beyond this? Do I have to wait here and just be quiet? And again, what does sexual abuse mean to me, not to them? Yes.
Let's ask the expert.
Yes.
Wakili Wafula.
Yes. So what is sexual violence? Some prefer to call it sexual abuse. Some prefer to call it gender-based violence. There is a distinction, not so big, between sexual violence and gender-based violence. Sexual violence comes about, for example, when you say something to someone that they find sexually offensive. When you do something to someone that they find sexually offensive. We can also go on the issue of omission, where you do not do or do not say something that they find sexually offensive, or they find that it perpetrates sexual violence. So that is basically the legal definition of sexual violence in the simplest terms that we can come up with. So anything that is sexually offensive in terms of words or action, that is sexual violence. Gender-based, the historical perspective for gender-based violence came from as a position where they felt that women are in a weaker position. So when they brought about the issues of gender-based violence, they were actually targeting protecting women, protecting the vulnerable people in society, like persons with disabilities. They were targeting protecting children, especially the female child. So that is where the gender-based violence scenario came about. But now we look at it across all sections, because we have, say, adult females who are abusing children, male or younger male, or male persons who are in a weaker position, for example, at work, or male people who are in a weaker position in the home, say your shamba boy, your driver, so you can have a teacher who is in a higher position, and a student who is a male. That also promotes gender-based violence. But the initial intention by Parliament was on the basis of gender inequalities, where women were perceived as being weaker. That now, I believe personally, it's an issue up for debate. Am I really a weaker?
Yes.
I don't believe I am. Personally, I don't believe I am. But yes, so because of the patriarchal nature of our society, there's always this perception that women are weaker. So that was the basis for the gender-based violence protections. But now, with empowerment, it's a question for discussion. Yes.
And that is the question that we are discussing today. Richard, I think after that, I feel a bit, I'm feeling safer, because...
I don't feel that way. I think it's even worse.
Okay.
Because men's cases, men became an afterthought. The first thought was the woman, who was thought to be a weaker person. Well, the Bible says it. Bible says that. But our understanding of the Bible depends on how you read the Bible. And you can think of women being weaker sex, or maybe weaker people, because the Bible has mentioned it in terms of what we do. I'm a man, I'm expected to go to the shamba, I'm expected to do ABCD, although women also go to the shamba, like men. But to think that when there is something that demands a lot of physical input, then it's a man to do it, not a woman, right? Now, going back for what the specialist has told us, you hold your nose like I am doing mine. You think that, whoa, this was taught about women, the initial bit. The men became a second thought, not the first thought. Then definitely this is skewed. This is already, we are losing this one.
We've already lost.
We have already lost.
Yeah.
So in this, I'm interested to know.
Yes.
Like she's given that background
Yes.
very well.
Yes,
I'm interested to know why was there that, but then we'll find out in a little while.
That's right.
I wanted to ask, who is the victim? Who is the number one victim in this case? Who is number one victim? Maybe I'll come back. I'll come back to you. You can maybe tell us by from statistics and the number of cases that you people handle, who is the number one victim? Then now we can proceed from there.
Okay.
Because Linda and Tabby are still loading.
Okay, now on the issue of who is a victim, when we look at it historically, from the basis of acts like the Sexual Offences Act, from acts like Protection Against Gender-Based Violence and Domestic Abuse, from acts like the Maputo Protocol,
Yes.
we have the Coalition Against Violence Against Women, you know, where they protect women. So when we look at such a kind of a historical background, then the biggest victim would be a woman or a girl child,
Yes.
looking at that. However, now that the law was not specified that this is a woman's issue or a man's issue, it just says so long as the person has approached you in a manner that is sexually offensive. You know, there's the subjective bit
Yes.
of the sexual violence, sexual abuse, sexual offense. Then there's the objective view, you know. So in the subjective view, like there are people, they pass, say, I'm passing along the road, and then the boda start whistling, you know. There are people who will enjoy it.
Yes.
I mean, and then if they're swinging their, you know, what God gave them, they'll swing it even harder, you know. But then there are people who are like, I mean, me? How? You know, they can't believe how. That is so offensive. So there's that bit of sexual violence. Then there's the bit that is objective, where there's the force, there's the physical, there's the words, where someone uses sexually offensive words that, you know, everybody, they say a normal person on the bus in Clampton. I don't know where is Clampton? Okay, I know, but I'm sure most people don't know where is Clampton, you know. I'm a Clampton, however they want to. You know, there are some silent letters in English. So there's that ordinary person in the streets of Nairobi, let's say that, or in the streets of Kisumu, who would say, that word is offensive, you know, that word is not nice. So that is the objective view. So it depends on who is a victim in that situation. The person who has, in cases, for example, involving children, the child is a victim. But you, as a perpetrator or as a parent, you cannot go to court and say, we have agreed, we are removing the case. You get? Yeah, so you look at it in such a kind of a scenario. The victim is the person who has been affected. And then now what are the frameworks that are protecting this kind of a person? So who has been offended? That is the first victim. The other people who are around may be victims, because you know, when you're shouting sexually offensive words, I mean, many people will. If you're doing such an act in public, like pornography, if you're distributing it, you know, there's the person who is involved in the pornographic act against their will, and then there's the audience who's receiving your child, you know, for example, who has access to that kind of thing. So they can go and say, hey, but me, I was offended because they showed me this and this and this. Yes.
Okay. I want to ask Tabitha and Linda this question. We are still at the victim level. I want us to move to that, but before that, I want you guys to make a comment on the victim. Who do you think is the victim? don't mind about what Wakilia said. What do you think? Because I also want to ask Richard the same thing. Richard and I feel like we are more affected than you people.
I agree with you. I know. Yeah, because boy child has really been left out. And the girl child has been so much empowered that I don't even think we're going to have husbands tomorrow. I don't know whether that makes sense. Because the girl child has been so empowered, so protected, that even if they do something, you know what, case badai means, you know what, you're going to talk about it later. So I think it is good to have, to know our rights and everything, but I think right now we need to go back to the boy child so that we can also have husbands tomorrow.
I think the victim here is the weaker person, the one who cannot defend themselves, and someone takes advantage of them. That's what I can say in a nutshell.
So that could be the boy or the man or the woman.
Person.
You're right, you're right.
Richard,
by
there is an about turn here.
Yeah, it's a big one. By definition, every woman, every girl child is a weaker person.
But now, according to what Linda said, you know, even Makenia defined something, said something about, like for instance, I could be in a position to also abuse my houseboy. So that means the houseboy is weaker. Does it make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
It does make sense.
It does make sense, and that is now that is the next point now where we are going to. It happens. Makenia's already alluded to, you know, happening even in the streets.
Yes.
In the house. I want us to start thinking about this sexual abuse happening in the house. How does it happen in the house, and do we even report it? Linda here is my wife, and did you say doing something against her will?
Yes.
Or I would want to understand that, because here she's my wife, and how, I mean, I don't understand. I want, and she's like, I don't want. Is that sexual abuse?
Yes, most definitely. For as long as consent
Not
is absent.
yes.
For as long as consent is absent. And consent does not have to be verbalized. You understand?
Yeah.
Take this scenario. A girl encounters some, say, men on the streets in the evening. They corner her and they tell her, we want to do this thing with you. And you must do it or we kill you. Will that girl say no?
Makenia, let's come back to
We're
our
coming.
house.
Yes, that's a good,
This one.
So now, that's
yeah.
why I was trying to
Yes.
bring
Yes.
it closer, yes.
Yes.
So you don't have to verbalize it to say that, yes, I have consented, for as long as there was any sort of allusion. You know, you alluded to the fact that I don't want. I have a headache. I don't feel like it. You know, I'm tired. I'm having a back pain.
Yeah.
Having a back
Yeah,
pain.
you are speaking some words that I know.
There's a survey on that, by the way. There's a survey on that, on reasons why spouses deny each other intimacy. The one that talks
The survey, I believe, is about reasons why wives deny their husbands intimacy. Because I don't
it's
think
not.
it's
Is-
both
do you
ways.
think, do you think you can say no to Tabi if she
Why
is-
not?
Yeah,
No.
he can.
Position.
He can.
My
When he's
position.
tired, he'll tell you that I am tired.
My position is
Tired?
It
Yes.
happens.
Headache.
It happens.
And
You
why?
say, today I've been from work
I have
and
headache.
I'm
Where
so
is the
tired.
headache?
My boss did this to me,
When
so
did it
let
start?
just give
When
me
did you
time
go
to
to
rest.
hospital?
Where is the headache, Richard?
Where is it coming from? When
No,
did you go
he's
to the
asking you
hospital?
whether it's here.
It's in the head. What are you
Then-
talking about?
What?
No, but at the end of
I'm
the
not
day, you
busy
need to
with the head.
consent.
I wouldn't.
I'm busy with that.
That's
a good one.
Come on.
That's a
No,
good
but
one.
someone
yeah,
has to.
basically,
But look at it this way. I'm the husband. I've got all the needs in my hand. I'll talk to you. If you
don't?
give me reasons for headache, whatever they are, you must convince me.
I will give you paracetamol.
No, if
for
I
the
don't
headache.
convince you, if I tell you that I'm tired.
In fact, I'll buy you the
How should
strongest.
I convince you
I'm
that I'm
equally
tired?
tired.
See,
I've been out.
You
all
tell me
day.
you're
No.
tired. By there I take note. Monday I'm tired. I have a headache. Tuesday I am tired. Wednesday, headache. So I look at the headaches, they are more. So I go and get the strongest paracetamol. Zulu, MR. So when you say you have a headache, I'll give it to you because I know 15 minutes down the line you'll be okay. So then I'll again
Tap you and that
tap
No,
and-
but let me
Yes,
say,
a second time.
if someone doesn't feel like, you just excuse them. Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
no.
now,
Don't force things.
yeah, now when we are talking of sexual abuse in the home, we have focused on the spousal.
Yes.
But we are forgetting that in the African setting, we also have other people who live with us.
Yes, let's go there because
Yes.
this one I
Yes.
don't think it's
yeah,
gonna
this one,
end.
it's a debate that will never end.
Yes.
Yeah, but we also have people who live with us in our houses. We have in-laws, we have help, where we have they call them DMs, domestic managers. We have our
Children and
stepchildren in blended
take care of
families.
guardians,
So yeah, we have so many people, even employees, general employees, some of them interact with. So how does that sexual abuse come about? That is now where I think we can lay focus because that is closer to home than what is happening on the streets.
Yeah.
So how does that come about? This is something that it behaves, it behoves, it behoves. English words today. let us come down to Kisumu. Kisumu is worse. Now, so it is our duty to pick out some of these things. There was a day I was listening to a conversation by children, and they were ages 11 to 13. And the things they were saying, I was, a child below the age of 8 cannot be criminally liable, but 7, but thereabouts, so you can imagine these are children who have composed a song against their teachers.
Wow.
And it's sexually explicit. So in such a circumstance, because we always imagine children. Children are vulnerable. But what about this teacher who's being described in a song by their classmates? They describe her, physiology, the way she, it was by the way, it was a very dirty song. Wow. I had been warned because they were playing, I'd been warned by 2 or 3 people, listen to what these kids are saying. So one day I just went and sat there. I pretended I'm on the phone, but I'm listening to what they were talking about. And you would find that even children themselves in your house, they can abuse each other sexually by what they say, by how they behave. There was a time I was visiting a friend, and I had one of the older male children, they were playing a game with the other male children. Then a female child, a teenager who's just joining teenage, comes in. Like, which game are you playing? I want to play. Then they're like, if you want to play, remove your top.
Whoa.
I'm like, whoa.
I know.
So I wanted to hear how the girl would react. The girl said, that is bad manners. I'm a girl. Why would I remove my top to you?
Well, right.
Yes. I don't want that game. And then she walked away. Then I'm like, there's a problem in this house. You see, so those are the kinds of abuse, violence that affect us in our. It's not this abstract thing where we have it visualized. A man comes and holds a girl, and it comes in various contexts.
Don't you think? Do you think it could also be us as parents to blame? For instance, how do we? Like, how do you behave in the house in front of the kids? Because that can also influence the kids.
You see,
what is it that we do?
At times even the children have friends who maybe are so much exposed and they interact with them. So sometimes you as a parent, you're so good, but the interaction of the child outside there and what he or she harbors and then brings it home, you see. So it's still, it's let me say it's a two-way.
Yeah, it's cool, because the parents, what do we watch? What do we do when the kids are watching? So that can also influence the kids.
I also want to bring in another scenario, just in the same home setup. I have a friend, we have a friend who the husband is purely working from home, and they have this house help who dresses in a way,
In a manner like
in a
to
manner
suggest.
likely to suggest, those are
Okay,
Tabi's
that's
words, not my
that
words.
They belong.
Not my words, because I know where that is heading to.
Yeah.
And so this man is constantly, crossing
Yeah.
paths with this house help. And he feels like, because he sees it. Men, we see.
Visual
Ladies, you hear. And so this man is confused. How does he move from there? Who is to be blamed here? Who is now the victim here? And who, if the man takes a step, what happens? I mean, help me understand this
Takes which
scenario.
step?
He is being enticed. He is being enticed
Step
sexually.
of chasing the girl away, or step of making advances? Which
Either.
one?
All those.
Either.
All those.
Okay, let me start with the advance.
Okay, may I ask a question before we go on? When you say manner likely to suggest, when you say manner likely, that
You're
is
not suggesting.
Those were your words.
in
Those were your
2014,
words. Be ready to
2014.
defend.
in 2014, I think this thing, it was taken over by the late Honorable Tula Kalonzo at some
Kilonzo.
point. But it started with a girl who was harassed in public in 2014 for dressing in a manner that whoever was harassing her thought was inappropriate. You see? Now, when you say manner likely to suggest, remember that the Constitution guarantees you right to your own integrity as a person. You have a right to your own conscience, what you believe. You have a right to expression. We have, this I laughed, we have communities in America, I read somewhere, it could be wrong, I could be wrong, they could be wrong, that the community is a community of nude people. As in, the way God blessed you with that suit, hallelujah, and we walk. And we, that is their community. So when you come here and say they are in a manner likely to suggest,
That's what I wanted to say.
Does not.
Because
it doesn't apply because everybody is
nude.
like that.
Yeah.
So this thing of manner likely to suggest is a very subjective opinion because they are like our young, the upcoming children. The modes of dressing they are exposed to. Sio kama hizi zetu zinakaa they look buibuis, they look deras, that is our dressing. But the influence of the young people, they have those tight clothes, they have some are revealing, some are, so what is a manner, what is the generation of the house help?
Tight, revealing.
Yes,
Revealing what?
revealing
and when
like
it reveals, then what happens?
Maybe the inner clothes.
Sure.
Yeah.
And some of them are very comfortable. Some are
that's what I
walking on the
wanted to say,
street.
They're all over.
So it's an issue of a subjective opinion. And two,
very
since you're there and you're finding it offensive, what have you done about it to stop?
Let me put it this way so
Yes.
that we can have it before we take a break.
Yeah.
When you, as now the woman of the house, comes to the house and you have to call the house help and have a side chat and say, this kind of dressing is not appropriate. Why is it not appropriate to you? But the same dress is what I'm struggling with, giving me difficult time to concentrate because you have actually called the house help on the side and said this kind of dressing is not appropriate because it is revealing. If it is revealing to you, what do you think it does to me?
Now that, may I just interject before you go?
Okay.
That falls under sexual harassment. It falls squarely under sexual harassment. It makes you, it is a sexual advance that makes you uncomfortable. That is sexual harassment. It's your house. Why are you tolerating it?
Yeah.
Why is that house help still there? Why, you just tell your wife point blank, this
Yes.
one, the way she's dressing, I don't like it. So do something about it or I send her away.
Yes.
Because you're the head of the house. That is your house. You're not a visitor.
Is the
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, you're not a visitor. So why are you tolerating someone living in your house making you uncomfortable? That is, you have no excuse to say, oh, the way she was dressing,
Yeah,
that is why I was tempted. No, you take take a stand. You say, this is my house. I
Yeah.
don't like it. You dress like this, or you go. If they tell you that this is my right of expression, then
They
you
go
say,
and do
this
it
is my
somewhere else,
house.
yes.
You
Go and do
see,
it somewhere
that is
else.
your right of expression,
Yeah.
but this is my house. You
Yeah.
will not express yourself in that manner in my
Yes.
house. Get out.
Yeah. Or
Richard.
you want to be tempted.
Yeah, because it's tempting already.
No, you do what you need to do.
Yes.
Don't let it go out of the way.
I do what I
Habit
need to do.
before, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dear viewer, we are discussing about sexual abuse, and I'm trying to learn and get it well. I don't know what about you. Let's take a break and we come back to talk about this and more. Today and now, every conversation is a debate, but every hug is a treaty. At the end of the day, we must agree. Of course, we have this topic that we are discussing, sexual abuse. In case you're just joining us, welcome. You haven't lost much because we are just getting into the very the very detailed part of it. This is our guest, Makenia Wafula, an advocate of the High Court of Kenya.
Yes.
She is very knowledgeable on this. Thank you so much. And we took a break. And before the break, we were talking about, we've talked about sexual abuse, defining it. We've talked about the victim. And we have noticed and realized that the victim here can either be a man or a woman. It doesn't necessarily mean that now, since its inception in Kenya, sexual abuse, of course, was originally instituted to protect the woman, because the woman was the weak one. But then there's this question that we've asked, and we've realized that indeed even men are becoming even weaker. Let's get back to the house. This house help. I come to the house. She removes my shoes for the first time, and I'm like, wow, this is good, Richard.
Yeah.
This is good. Imagine you bending to untie your laces, and then someone is like, Sebo, let me do it for you. How would you feel before we bring in Tabby and Linda to tell us how they will feel about this?
I'll feel good. This is a new thing in my house, especially if it is a new one. I'll feel very nice. I'm being, my shoes are removed, my socks. I feel definitely good. I'll be happy. I'll like to encourage it. It may go on.
Exactly.
Exactly. I would want to encourage it, definitely. Just go on.
I think I will
sitting
not
back.
even fight Richard. What I'll do, because I'm the boss, I'll fire her and bring a houseboy.
What is the problem?
I'll bring a houseboy so
You
that
can't
at
do
least
this.
I can also get,
Why would
But
you
you
fire
see, when
her?
you do that, you'll
Yeah.
be creating room for something else.
Thank you.
Something else that is more, which shouldn't be going that way. I think when we bring our helps in, we need to have boundaries.
right.
Let
Right.
it not go overboard. Why are you entertaining being removed? Your shoes being removed?
Linda, you have
No, you-
never
Part of
removed
the-
it.
part of
This
the
is the
deal-
first
No,
time.
Part
see, you
of the
tell
work.
me. You tell me that I would like you removing
How-
my shoe. But if you never told me, and then now you come and say,
How
you
does
see,
it feel?
We'll never do it.
How does it
We'll
feel
never
when
do
you
it.
come home? I think I've done it once or twice. I've done it, how does it normally feel when you come home and I just rub your feet? I just rub your feet.
That feels good.
Dave, ladies
But
are
that
very
is not
funny.
your wife.
Ladies are very
Okay, removing my shoes has nothing to do with whether you are my wife or not.
No, but that is not part of the duty.
Ladies
that-
of the house are very funny. Have you heard of a story of a man who got home and raised his arms around the wife, and the wife has gone down because she's not used to it? I'm not used to getting this one from you. This lady has come to the house, now I can remove my shoes and my socks. Why don't I enjoy it?
I'm
What is
imagining.
wrong- what is
I'm
wrong with
imagining.
He's imagining.
I'm imagining.
I think,
Yes.
Dave, we need to continue because we won't definitely come to an agreement.
No,
But the truth is, it's,
we can agree.
It's not
yeah.
We can
in
agree.
order.
It's not in order.
Yeah.
What's in order? Why is it not
thing.
in order? Because we at least we need to get this.
Was
so
it
that
part of our work to remove your shoes?
I don't know the terms of employment.
you were the one who brought
Come
her.
and tell me.
Yeah, and if if I see that kind of thing going on, you know very well, there are things that you say men are weak. There are things that will
according to
start
the
so
definition.
simple, like removing shoes. Then you start looking at me like I don't know
Actually,
my work.
it's just for your own good.
yeah,
It's
she
for
removed-
your own good.
She removed my shoes,
Yeah.
and you told me the previous evening that you had a headache. Today you have, I don't know, backache.
It's for your
Today,
own good. It's
So what are you
protecting
trying
you
to
for
say?
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes.
you were giving an example.
Just remind me. We were talking about.
You were giving an example of a house help who.
Oh yes,
Just-
that story. Yes. Now, okay. The involved party was very offended, and I remember. Okay, we had a house help who, when it's time for watching news,
Prime time.
prime time
9
news.
p.m.
And there's this way the man of the house would sit in, there's this couch that is strategically placed in front of the TV.
Yes.
And they
can
don't sit,
see
they lie down,
entire house.
like they're at home.
Yeah.
Now that is the time when now the tight dress would come out and the house becomes very dirty, very, very dirty that it has to be moved immediately. You have to clean it instantly. And it's not the stick mop that you have to bend and clean it. So, so as the man of the house, would you feel offended by such an action? As the woman of the house,
Are you asking us?
Two men.
There are two scenarios. I'm watching news and I'm watching
entertainment.
entertainment.
and
is so
this person is walking in front of me.
Yes.
To be honest, I must say
This
that
is the person who removed your shoes.
whatever, but I would, first of all, in a normal scenario, you look at that and wonder, why must she do this? Why is she to remove my shoes and my socks? That is something that I would think about. And of course, in my thinking, I would consult my wife. Hopefully she would be seeing it going on. The problem is, seeing it going on, then she might think that this is going on, has been there for a long time. But this is the first time I would definitely be a bit concerned. This is not how the domestic help managers, whatever they are called, normally behave. I would be moved aback a bit and like, no, just don't go there. I'll just remove them. My wife I normally remove them. The second time it happens, I mean, there must be some meaning that is thrown to me. I would think that way. The fourth, if it happens the third time, now it depends on who I am. I may consult and say that this is too much. I'll just keep quiet and go along. See, that's what
Okay.
normally
Now,
we do.
This when we examine it in that breath,
Yes.
it's an issue of, are you tempted to have extramarital affairs?
That's so.
But when it's when we are looking at it in the context of sexual violence, there are two outcomes. You will feel offended. You would be the victim.
Yes.
And you would say, I am being harassed, I don't like it. Wife, do something about it. Like I said, that is your home.
Yeah.
So you
House.
shouldn't be tolerating
Yeah.
such a kind of thing. And then there's the second aspect of it. This person could be innocently, you know, as in an action is just an action by virtue of being an action. What you ascribe to it is what brings meaning to that action. So probably she just felt, the baby, uncle has sat here and the baby has done, I think it's not a comfortable, let me go and clean, you know, so that uncle can sit comfortably, as they call them. But now you as the man, you would feel, hey, this woman is doing things I think she wants. Then when you make a move, it becomes sexual violence.
Yeah.
So as much as it's we always have this preconception that this could be an attempt at seduction
Yes.
at the head of the house. There are some that really, those are the clothes that she has, you know. So you take your dera and give her, you know, give her so that she can cover the tights. If she does not follow, then you would know she has an intention. Yeah, if you give her, she's there with those two tight, transparent things and cleaning, you tell her, when we are seated here at the table, we are relaxing, do not clean. When we need you to clean, we will tell you. You know, if she insists on cleaning, then you would have meanings imputed into the actions. If you tell her, this is what I want you to do, and they, you know, they go contrary, then you would have meanings imputed on it.
You're the boss.
But even then, they may be just trying out and seeing how this guy is doing. And then when you take it a step forward, they're like, nah, I never accepted. I mean, you know, and there are so many of such cases out there. There are so many, especially with the Sexual Offences Act. I would mention something about it, maybe at an appropriate time. But with the Sexual Offences Act, it's the way it was by the Justice Now, Ndungu, the way it was being propagated, it was being proposed, it was meant, or rather it was perceived to favor the woman. So we've had cases. I've had cases where most of the people I defend are actually minors in sexual offenses. I defend minors because, you know, with grown-ups, there's just a lot going on. You don't want to get into that mess. We also choose clients. So most of the ones I defend are minors. And you would find that there's always this preconception that it is the man that has perpetuated the sexual assault on the woman. But take a scenario where the girl is 16, the boy is 15. So who is perpetuating against who? You see, but as a parent of a girl, the moment you hear my girl did this, then phew, the boy. So do these children deserve to go through trial? I mean, they're children, they're both children. Do they even know what they're doing? They may have like the concept of, okay, we are doing this, but do they understand what is going on? So the issue of abuse in the home with house helps, because of these sexual offenses, it's not as simple as she dressed in a way that, you know, that's likely suggested that, you know, she's into it. People come from diverse backgrounds. People, if you find a maid who's grown up in Nairobi, I mean, the way they dress, it would not compare to a maid who, two different levels. So you may find that for her, that is normal. And remember, you leave these managers at home with internet, with gadgets. So the exposure that they have is not the same exposure you have. You go meet real people. You walk with real people. You work with real people. Tabby is very decently dressed. You know, we have conversations, intellectual. This is someone who's watching Niger. And in Niger, those girls have the nails and the wigs and, you know, the tiny clothes and that is their perception. When you pay them the money that you pay them, can you tell us how much your dress costs? How much does the Niger thing cost?
This one costs a fortune.
Yes.
I want us to move from the house to go to our workplace. And on the way, I branch to my favorite kinyozi, my barber shop. And there I take my time because I feel nice. The ladies who are doing the massage there, I don't know. Is there something there, Tabi?
No, I think right now it's, I think growing up, barbers were only men. But right now...
Yeah, you are shaved by the man, and then now there is
Yeah.
this other bit where
The
now
shampoo girl.
the shampoo girl
Yeah.
does that massage on my head with no hair, and I feel relaxed.
But I think what you need to do
And-
is to still have boundaries. There's a place there where that lady should not be touching you. So,
Where?
what are she kicking?
So-
But if she goes and she's like, her hands are now on your chest and everywhere, and you're just there, you're relaxed, you're being touched. No, I think we need to just create. But you as men, tell her, yeah, you've done my hair, just work on my hair.
But that is service.
No, service, yes, but I can do the service. Why should you go and do the service
Ah.
from the other place?
Well, it will be.
Yeah.
It will be a
Verily,
different
verily,
thing.
I tell you today, this evening.
It will be a
Richard.
different thing if she's the one who's holding my head, going down to my chest and all that. But if it's somebody else, I don't feel the same thing. I just do the work.
You switch off.
You are at work.
That is for
this
the
one
people
person.
who are disciplined, Tabi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it still goes back to what Makenia said.
What
Yeah.
do,
At the end
what-
of the day,
Wait.
Okay.
What do you mean by for the people at this?
Yeah, for the people who are self-control and discipline. But then you'll be, if someone touches you and you're so much relaxed, what happens to you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Tabi.
it still goes back to what she said. What is it? You're protecting yourself from being in trouble. Yeah, because you do not know the intention of this person. This person can land you in problems. And you'll not be there to tell Makenia to defend you. You know what?
She did.
I did not have this intention. You know, at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to lose. So if you know you're weak and you cannot, you choose another, barber shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
you
men
touch
also
your
do
ears
it,
outside.
actually. The
Yeah.
men do it.
They do it.
Yeah,
Even-
even for us when we go for pedis and manis,
Yes.
they are men and they do. But you see, you have to, like, there's one who would
Yeah.
want to
Yes.
massage
Chill,
your
chill,
high,
chill,
you know,
yeah.
all the way to your thighs. They're like, no.
Do it to this place. Yeah.
Yes.
Bring that towel. We are here.
Yeah.
So that area is yours. This other one, because when you, it's in the same places. It's almost like a service place.
Yeah.
Take the barber shops, take the spas, because in massages, I mean, you have to
Yeah.
dig down
Yeah.
and take the places like gyms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gyms, especially, they have very many scandals on such issues.
Yeah.
So actually, this would be like a call to the victims. If you go in such a place, you have the right to say, as much as they say this service goes up to here,
Yeah.
this is what you have a right to say no.
For
I am
me,
not
yes.
comfortable.
Yes.
There's nothing shameful about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing backward about not wanting someone to touch my thighs when they're doing massage for me. There's, it's respect. You have to be, because it's a service you're paying for. It's not free.
Yeah.
It's not a favor they are doing you,
Yeah.
so that you go there and then now, I don't know, you may be enjoying it,
Yeah.
but what are the implications at home?
Yeah.
They may also
But-
bring
but
other implications.
Supposing you are in a situation where you go home and you are looked at and it's, what was on your hair today? You look wonderful. That's the best place to go back.
And
to.
you look relaxed
And you
because the
feel-
muscles behind you have
But
been
it
worked
goes
on.
back to communication. Like, okay,
Yes.
fine. This person did so well, but
But they will not tell you they did even the massage. They did. They will not.
No, you just have
yeah.
to protect yourself.
Yeah.
If it is offensive,
Yeah.
say no. Say no. If no matter how, even if you come to me, for example, you go to and Linda says, "Wow, you look nice," but the experience you went through is
Yeah.
not nice. They like, go back. No, I don't want to go back there because I was uncomfortable. You know, I was not in my element there. So why should I go back?
Right.
So it's they can't force you to go back to a barber you don't like or a massage parlor you don't like or.
You know, Makenia.
Yes.
You did not dislike it. It was okay. But you got the approval from your own wife at home. Said, you look wonderful. So you go to the same place. Next time you want to go, say, well, who are you? Today you don't look the same as the other time.
it's
when this
because
was
you
done
do not
for-
have that conversation with your wife to tell her, for instance.
Because I
that-
didn't expect it. This was done when I went there.
Or you thought it was it's the service
It's
that
a
they are
service for you.
offering after.
You
So
after-
in
after
short, you're
sharing.
saying it was consensual.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
essentially.
It was
okay.
consensual.
Yeah.
If it's
That's what they're
consensual,
saying.
if it's consensual, then it's just an issue of morality.
Yeah.
You have a responsibility to your spouse. It's
Yes.
not about illegality.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to sexual matters,
Yes.
it's about consent. But there are people who can't give you consent. A
Yes.
child can't give you consent.
Exactly.
A person with the mental incapacity
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
give you consent. A person, there are special groups that can't give you consent. Yes. But if it is consensual between two people, then there's no crime there. There's no sexual abuse. There's no sexual violence. There's nothing. It's just what you are willing. They are enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, can we get to work, because we just passed by the kinyozi.
Yes,
Now
let's
we go
get
to
to
work,
work.
because after work we are going to church.
Yes.
Yeah, so at work, I think this is where now the rubber meets the road. Yeah, can we share about the workplace?
Workplaces sometimes are so tricky because you might find a boss who will want, maybe for you to maintain your job, he will want maybe to do, to take you to another level, like
Play his game.
play his game so that you're able to maintain. So if sometimes you refuse, then you're in another, I don't know.
Let's say your boss wants to sleep with you to renew your contract.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
even
that.
for you to maintain or to get a promotion, you see,
Yes.
there are a lot of things.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not always proper, but sometimes sometimes situations, sometimes there are people who will not even be able to tell or say, but they will entertain the harassment and everything until it is so.
I think the same rules would apply. If my going to a kinyozi coming differently, and you look at me and you appreciate it the first time, the second time you get to tell you, this lady was touching whatever. You tell me that is not there. Remind me where I should fall into what I should do as a husband. The same rules will apply. Even if my boss was a lady and I'm a man, I'm working below her, and she takes me along that line, I simply apply the same rules. No?
But I think they've,
It will not
happen.
unfortunately,
So much.
most of the Christians who are even watching are victims, and they're the ones who are doing them. Like you are a boss and you're here sleeping with your staff. It is so shameful. It is so shameful because you cannot be here. You're supposed to be, the light. But, people talk. Think about it at workplace. There's always, I'm told there's a term that they use at work. Is there? There's the house, no, there is the husband, no, I'm just mixing it up.
Work husband.
Work husband
Work wife.
and work wife. Yes.
Never had that.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's when, because you are hanging out with this person every day, almost like, more than your spouse.
And just to bring it up well, that it doesn't just happen like today I'm going to sleep with you.
Yes.
It starts from
from someone.
Advances,
And then,
and
for
sometimes
instance,
someone talks to you dirty. You see.
not even that, Linda. What happens? I have a problem with Richard, right? I go to work. This is my brother, so I'll mention Dave. And then I'm like, oh, Dave, my husband is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I start, I talk to him about what I'm going through, right? Just because I want Dave. And before I realize it, we are on. Or Linda has a problem, comes to Richard, vice versa. So before you realize it, there's a relationship going on. And the problem with having house...
A shoulder to lean on.
And it becomes what? After leaning on the shoulder? Yeah.
That's why Dave is trying to say, like, it has to start from somewhere
Exactly.
before it gets in an advanced
Actually,
stage,
it starts from even as simple stuff like you normally have your packed food and then you share.
Yes.
And then this food is nice.
Yes.
And then it goes to something. I love your dress. I love it when you go. I love it when you come. I just love
And
it
how
when you
does-
walk
does it
sideways.
feel like
It's-
doing this?
Before you realize it, text messages.
and then you will hear your wife or your husband must have been is a blessed person. I mean, to have all this, and then your husband doesn't say those things, or your wife doesn't say those things, and then you see you are getting emotionally attached over here.
Yes.
And then before you know it, it's done. I want us to combine, as we discuss, even in church.
Yeah.
Because we all belong to some
Yeah.
congregation.
Yeah.
And in that congregation, there are people who dress, and they dress differently. There are
Yeah.
people who, I love the way, when you chorister, the song service is just
Yes,
nice.
always
And
nice.
and you know, when someone tells you that,
Yes.
you feel like, yeah.
Yeah.
But you begin by saying, we thank God, we thank God. But then, it's appreciation,
but
but
if
then...
it goes to another level, then it's
It becomes an issue.
yeah.
Now, you know, at the end of the day, it boils down to one, personal preferences. Two, institutional policies. There are some institutions that have strict policies against fraternization. They call it fraternization, where individuals begin or carry out relationships of a sexual nature. And some of them, they are so explicit, they say that because depending on the positions that these people hold, there's a lot of vulnerability. And you know, like church, hospital, and workplaces, they are very sensitive areas when it comes to sexual and gender-based violence issues. Because you would find that the person who always perpetrates is always in a more dominant position, in a more dominant position. And the person who is a victim, sometimes it's unknowingly, because like there's this syndrome where if you get traumatized and you're attached to a psychiatrist or a psychologist and they help you through the trauma, you develop feelings. See, there's that condition. So, you know, when you are in such a situation where you offer comfort, you offer security, then the law should, it doesn't, but it should hold you to a higher standard of responsibility when such a kind of scenario happens. Because eventually it may look like it was consensual, but people have feelings. People are human. They have feelings. You come to the office every day in the morning, you have stress, and then your colleague, junior, senior, in whichever position they are, they're always expressing concern. That is a vulnerability that they are exploiting, especially if someone is interested in you and they know that I can get to this person through this point. That is a vulnerability. If you come from home, for example, you have a wife and you like eating in the morning but you don't come with food, there's this colleague who knows, hey, Dave anakujanga and he's hungry, they start with the food. That is exploiting a vulnerability that you have. So once you realize something like that, you have a claim against sexual harassment because it's a vulnerability they were exploiting with the intention of getting to wherever it is they go.
Makenia,
So, yes.
I don't know what we can do, but I want to talk to my producer so that we can have more time. I see we've run out of time. And I want to give you the last person to give your final word so that this... people can give us their short ones, then we come back to you because we don't have much time.
She should just finish and tell us that, you know, because she has, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, when it comes to sexual and gender-based violence, one, we have laws that protect you. If it is issues of utterances, you have up to 1 year under the penal code. You can prosecute someone up to 1 year imprisonment. If it is a physical touch, you can go under the Sexual Offences Act or the Penal Code. Penal Code gives you up to 5 years. Sexual Offences Act, it depends. If it's a child 11 years and below, it's life imprisonment. That act has very many debates that have come up because, you know, as much as prison is punishment, it's also rehabilitation. So what happens when someone is rehabilitated? Children between 12 and 15 years, you get 20 years to life, depending, because there are some I've come across where the child was infected with HIV deliberately. You know, they're like, when you have sex with a virgin, you get, and it still happens to date. Even last year we had cases, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, an 8-year-old by the same man who was over 60. See, so that's life imprisonment. From 16 to 17, 15.
Again, we have run out of time, but we have to consult on this. Well, there you have it. Sexual abuse. I think we need to have this and more. Stay tuned.